Hi everyone, I just want to make a tutorial on the color divide. So you go to your post-process tools. The color divide is what you can use to correct the color in your image. So it works like this. Click on the color divide and then you need to look for a surface that should have been white, like this, what's that, an adapter there. So I'm going to click on that and then click OK. And then it tries to correct the color. Now if I open this folder here, this group, then yeah, I have two layers here. So one of them is highlights and one of them is color. Now if I hide the highlights, you'll notice that it kind of brings back some of the detail, and it brightens up the image. So it, depending on where you click, it decides how light it needs to brighten the image. So as you can see, the luminosity doesn't look natural when you only correcting the color with only adjusting color. You have to make it look realistic by adjusting the luminosity as well. So that's what this other layer does. It brings in that brightness that you need. And now it knocked out some of the highlights, but I can just click on this highlights layer and then use my brush, set it to black, and let's just use this 100% flow, and then just bring in back of that detail. I'm just going to brush in that detail back on the windows. So now I've got that highlights back. You can click onto your group and click on this brush here if you want to. Let's just set this flow to like 10 or even 14, whatever. And now I can just brush in and correct color certain areas of the image. But I actually, on this image, I prefer the windows also be color corrected because this external's a bit too warm. So let's just make everything white again, and now we have a more cooler look on the outside, and it looks like it should be. What is that? Was it raining also? I don't know, but it looks much better than that. So if it did too much, you can just adjust the fill, set it lower, take the fill lower. Now what I like about this feature is that it removes the guessing part. I don't like to guess what color the room should have been. Like if you look at the carpet and the bed, it now looks more realistic. The colors look more natural. If I take it off, and then you'll see that it's got an obvious cast and the colors are wrong, carpet and everything. So that's what's cool about this feature. You don't want to guess what all these colors are supposed to be, and if you weren't there to take the images yourself, then it's going to be even more difficult to know. Let's try this image. So color divide, and again I need to click somewhere where I think it should be white, but where I can see that the color cast is. So I see the color cast here on this white surface. Click on it, click OK, and then I get a more natural look. Let's try another one. Let's try over here, and as you can see, it did a decent job. And again, if it blows out your windows, open the group, click onto the mask, and then just brush with black. Like that. Next image. Okay. So it blew out there. Click on the mask and just brush in with black. Yeah, so that's basically for your color divide. It's simple. And if you don't want to, like I said, if you need to only color correct on a certain part of the image, you can click on this group and then click on this mask brush here, and then only brush in on certain areas. I hope this tutorial helped, guys. You guys can contact me if you need any help, any tutor sessions. Like I said before, I don't charge you. Cheers.